All right, what's up, world?
Welcome, welcome, YouTube. This is Anime Mondays. Welcome to the Geek Live.
Yep, and I'm sure
Yeah,
you can see our names directly, but
exactly.
or maybe they just see my name and they just see you as you. Um,
That's very likely the case. I'm seeing you as me.
but anyway,
Yeah,
it's a good Monday. I think it's a good time to talk about anime. I don't know about you, but I think I'm feeling it.
sounds like a plan. So let's see what we got on radar today. Um, how, how are you feeling about where the story's going for Attack on Titan?
So, first thing I have to say, have you ever seen Keith Crew or Mighty Keith? He did a video recently that discussed Attack on Titan fans. And in this video, he showed a grown man looking at what, My Anime List or something in tears, right? Because they see Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like a 9.2. It's probably one of the most recognized best anime um, out there. And Attack on Titan is 9.19. And that broke people's heart just a little bit. Also, Demon Slayer is being called the anime of the decade, and then they kick Attack on Titan fans in their throats again. They just never get a break. So I just had to take the time to say that. Attack on Titan fans have it hard.
Yep, and and y'all know our pain. You know who you are.
I mean, we've been waiting almost 7 years for this one story to end, so we're all in pain.
Yep.
But before I share my thoughts on it, you just finished season 3, part 2 recently for the first time.
Yep. Just finished up season 3 the other day.
What what were your thoughts? Because you finally saw what was in the basement, um, and we had a big reveal about the world itself. We also just concluded the battle with the Beast Titan, the Colossal Titan, and the Armor Titan, which is probably, I guess, the biggest battle yet in the series. So, kind of, what's your feelings on it?
Well, it is. Let's start off with the basement. Um, that that's been probably the biggest part of. I'm not sure if suspense is the right way of saying it, but that's been like the biggest. I can't wait for this moment ever since the start of. Hey, there's this locked room. What is in it?
Hmm.
After the reveal, it was actually pretty interesting. That kind of led to the world at large, finding out that what everybody's been led to believe has actually been sort of a lie in terms of this is the last like human stronghold, and to find out that there's actually other folks out there that doesn't really take too kindly to those within the walls. So that's actually, I think, creates a different dynamic to the story, um, especially from what I've seen of the trailer for season 4. It should be interesting to see how these interactions between two different groups of people, two different nations, really coexist.
Hmm. So, on the reveal itself, getting into the basement, they're looking around. We're waiting. What are we expecting to see? I'm waiting to see like some like Mad Lab or Titan formula everywhere. All of this,
Yeah,
right?
I was actually thinking of that too. Like maybe in one of the draws or something, there's like some Titan formula from the spinal fluid.
Because we knew that what's it, Grisha Jaeger was a doctor,
Yep.
right? And it seemed like he had advanced knowledge. So I'm like, oh, he's using Titan medicine to save the people, right?
And maybe
But
that's
I did
how
not think
Aaron
they were.
got his power.
Yes, the one thing I did not expect. was for them to go like the original Full Metal Alchemist route. Like, oh, this whole world that you think is special and whatnot is actually fueled by another world. And they very much did this. Oh, the only reason he was actually good at at medicine was because he came from a more technologically advanced place. Um, and it was like, wow, that was really large. It was really huge, right? The Beast Titan is Aaron's brother. That was okay. Okay, that's super deep, and
Yeah.
it's
And not only that, but to find out that Aaron's father was the previous holder of the Attack Titan, that was quite a shock to the system.
it was a gut punch. And the thing that one thing I appreciated a lot about season 3 part 2 is they made you appreciate both sides, right? You aren't quite sure initially what the motivation for Bertolt and Reina is, but you understand that they believe what they're doing is right for whatever reason. And we don't have all that information. And in some ways they don't necessarily want to be doing what they're doing, but they're ultimately soldiers and they're part of a bigger machine and they're kind of caught up in this mission. And it was painful. Like my heart went out to Berthold when he got eaten. Um, I was slightly mad at John, or I guess Gene. What I forgot what's is his name, Gene or John? I don't know.
I think
But when they
John.
John, yeah, when they let Rayner go, and I'm like, oh, he better come in big next season for our crew, because that was another one you just let slip through your fingers for no reason. Um, but it set up an environment of I don't know, like was it worth learning the truth about what really happened, the real state of the world? Because it makes they seem like they're more prisoners now than when they were just worried about the Titans.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because before then, you folks really stayed behind the walls because they thought, all right, there's a bunch of Titans out there that we need to protect ourselves from. When now, with this big reveal, it's not the Titans that they should have been worried about, it's other people.
And I will say this because I've seen the first 3 episodes. No spoilers yet for any of you, for anyone that hasn't looked ahead. It is an intense show. Every episode, like I have been reluctant to continue watching because I'm excited, but it's so draining. Every episode, it's like heavy, and it's heavy in a way that I don't know if you've seen like any of the horror animes before, like Higurashi. I think Higurashi, or When They Cry, right? Higurashi, no Naku, um, Koro ni. It's heavy because it's so dramatic and it's painful. And this is a war. Like the opening of season 4 is Boku no Senso, which is my war. And the opening are literally I'm almost certain that they animated real shots from World War II. So it's dramatic. It's an extremely dramatic opening. And initially I was like, this isn't Linked Horizon. This isn't me feeling like, empowered and hyped up. I'm ready to take over the world or anything. But it's a lot more daunting. It's ominous. It's dark. And it reflects the season really well. So I'm excited to hear, I guess, your perspective as you start going through it.
Yeah, and and that's definitely something we could definitely have a good chat on a future Anime Mondays. It's just how
Oh,
season 4 progresses and what the state of the world looks like.
that's fair. And I guess the question is, are you planning to watch, or you're gonna watch 3 or 4 episodes at a time, or are you just gonna go through as much as you can and come back? You're gonna get caught up, maybe get caught up, and we can discuss season 4 next time.
Probably.
All right, I'm down for the cause, whatever the cause is.
Yeah. And I think on with that as we go through this season, one of the biggest thought process that I have is what is the did they make the right call on saving Armin instead of saving what's his name? Irvin.
Ah, Captain Irwin. Yep,
Yeah,
Commander Irwin.
yeah,
I think in some ways they probably did.
yeah.
Like Irwin was a
Is it?
kind of a psychopath. He just
Yeah,
wanted to see what was in the basement. He didn't really care about humanity. He was like, screw all that. I just really want to go to the basement and see what's happening.
yeah, that's on one hand, but on the flip side of the thing, they were really looking at it as, should we save a very charismatic person or should we save a very intelligent person? What's going to help save us the most?
I think they probably, it's a hard choice all in all. I mean, ultimately, you don't want to trigger Aaron and Mikasa. You want them to stay on your side and not go rogue and lose their mind. Because if you lose Aaron, you done lost everything. It's over.
Yeah,
But
and
I don't know. It's a hard because that would mean I guess he's on. I don't know. We'll see. I think Armin probably for a brighter future, sure.
yeah, yeah, that is a tough call, but as and I can't remember which episode it is, but during their last little Hail Mary, pretty much, Irvin was the one that brought everybody together for that and
Yep.
really got
He
everybody's
tricked them
morale
all into
up.
killing. Yep. He tricked them all into getting themselves killed.
And there's not really a price you can put on something like that on team morale.
You aren't necessarily wrong about that.
Yeah. But
So
but actually on while they were doing that, it was very nice to see Captain Levi go supersonic again. Because it's been a while since we've
yeah.
seen that.
I mean, yeah, he's been too busy getting hurt as of recently. Yeah, he tore through the beast. Oh, goodness. He's late.
I was like, I love Attack on Titan so much more for that callback to season 1.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
if y'all remember when
Ah,
he pretty much went supersonic against Annie, I think it was.
oh my god. The
Speaking of Annie, it would be quite interesting if something like that was to come back in season 4, like who got the female Titan powers.
just to Oh, okay, never mind. Don't look that up. Because I was actually trying to pull up a little animation of Levi versus Beast type, but I was like, oh, that might be some spoilers. Let me stop because I'm not trying to ruin that for myself.
Is as at the time of the ending of season 3, Beast Titan is still alive and
Yeah.
doing
So
well.
here's my next question for you then. What do you have you seen the animation style of season 4 yet?
Um, not outside of the trailers.
It is completely different. Um, I guess it's probably digitally rendered. Um, but it's interesting. I don't know if you ever seen Knights of Sidonia or not, but it's very kind of 3D-ish at times, for better and for worse. But I think you'll enjoy it. The perspective they choose, at least for the first few episodes, is also pretty interesting. Um, yeah, but I, I don't have much more. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'll probably go through it soon.
That should be
So
interesting.
yes, I had
Yep.
to get caught up because now I saw something that was a little bit too much of a spoiler. I don't know how long this season is. Let me
'Cause I
see.
think they just did episode 7, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, January 5th. Let's see what they're saying. I'm not sure. So the end of the Attack on Titan manga is April 9th. Oh, I don't. So I'm not sure how many episodes. Yeah. Oh, season four is slated for just 16 episodes.
So we probably have another good like 8 to 9 episodes left then.
Oh, wait, let me reread this. As was the case with season three, the most likely answer as to why season four is slated for just 18 episodes is because it will be divided into two parts. That's what some people think. I'm not. I'm tired of all this waiting. Let's just be done with it, please. Please don't be like I'm gonna make you wait for 6 months to a year. The manga's almost over. Let's just get there. Let's be done. Let's finish this story.
Yeah. Since the manga's just about done, no reason to drag the anime out.
Please, like set us free so we can go on and bask in other anime. Whatever those other anime are, of course.
So with the Boruto anime, they just started actually getting to the Kara arc. So that should be interesting.
Yikes.
How
That's a
they.
big yikes.
Yep. No.
Again, I have been reluctant to start that one as well because I'm not excited. I'm sure at some point they'll give me a reason to get caught up. I started the manga, then I stopped. I started the anime-ish. I haven't even listened to the openings or seen any of the openings. That shows how much I'm engaged in it. Um,
Yeah. I personally think that the Naruto opens are so much better than the Boruto openings.
that is a huge disappointment.
Yep. Although this current Boruto ending is pretty decent.
Wait, an ending is good? Is that the claim to fame? We have a good ending. Just gotta wait. Just wait. Make sure Crunchyroll doesn't skip it or anything, please.
That indeed. So it'll definitely be something good. Bit of getting back to seeing some old faces that some folks will probably remember.
Wait. Hmm. Did you read the Naruto light novels about the various people? I know Shikamaru had one, Sasuke had one.
Yeah, I've read some of them, some of the Shinden and Hiden.
Shinden, there we go.
Yeah, like there's one for Itachi, one for Gara, one for the Akatsuki. There's actually some pretty good information within those light novels in case anybody hasn't read them before.
Wait, what's the one about the Akatsuki? Was this before they got wiped out?
I don't remember all the details about it, but I want to say there was something about that.
All right, now I see. You got me looking up stuff. Akatsuki. Oh my goodness. Evil flowers in full bloom. Wow, it's super old.
Yep.
That's 2015.
Yeah, and that's something we could do in the future. Anime Monday is ranking the Akatsuki members in terms of strength
Oh,
and all that good stuff.
yeah.
Their
People won't have
effect.
to see us. We could throw up on one of the um the ranking things.
Yep.
Have you?
The tier list.
Oh, there we go. Tier list. I've actually never done one of those.
So
All
many
right. Well,
ideas.
we have some more spice to do.
Yep. While we're on the subject of Naruto, so you've pretty much watched or read the entirety of the Naruto series, right? Outside of Boruto, of
Correct.
course.
Correct.
So what's your thoughts on the series from start to finish overall?
I feel like I went on too long. I feel like the peak of Naruto, like the most excitement that I had was um right after Naruto fought Pain. That arc was amazing. Um And then shortly after he meets up with Sasuke, Donzo, and all this, like, we seem like we're almost at a climax. And I thought that probably would have been a really good place for everything to unwind.
Hmm.
Instead, we have, let's bring back everyone from the dead, and then you're gonna fight them for like, I don't know how many episodes in the actual anime it was. Like what, 300 episodes of father fighting? It's not that much. It might be like 200. There's just a whole bunch of fights
Yeah.
of people we already seen fight before because they already died before,
You know,
and some people you never saw before, but they probably look like someone else when fighting anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. When it comes to the whole war arc in Naruto, um, hopefully this isn't too controversial, but I enjoyed a war arc, but that's my personal thing. If I enjoy
Oh,
war strategies and stuff. But on the flip side of things, there were a few things that I personally think Kishimoto probably could have done differently with the war arc. Like probably having a few less animated ninja probably would have been good, but some of those fights did kind of drag on. Um, Although I think the probably the biggest thing that I didn't care for in the war arc was how they did Kaguya. It's like
or even that. Yes, that's what I mean. Like
it's
you
like
had a climax.
Madara was the perfect final villain for that. Very near impossible to kill. Yet they had to go pull that mess. I don't really like Kaguya at all.
It got extremely kind of ridiculous all around the same time because all of a sudden Kaguya comes out and who's left? Kakashi and Sakura and Sasuke and Naruto. Number one, like Sakura and Kakashi get like mega amps. Like before, I don't understand. Now they're like god tier. They're able to fight inter celestial being. I don't, this is an alien. This mother of chakra and all this stuff, and somehow they've manifested new abilities out of nowhere. Um, I don't even really understand how they. I didn't even know if they could beat Madara, so I don't even know how to beat Kaguya. I don't understand how that happened, but yeah, it was interesting.
Just really having Madara as the final boss would have been great because he was so hyped up since day one to be this all powerful badass pretty much that
Mhm.
pretty much nobody but Hashirama could take down. Which, when you look at it, it was pretty much not true with that. You
I
know,
mean, he had Hashirama cells, so he was OP.
when it comes to the reanimation being used in the war arc, I think it has its good place and its bad place in it. So on
Hmm.
the bad side of things, I think Kishimoto probably brought in too many reanimated ninja. I think he could have cut down a little bit on that. But on the
Clearly.
flip side of things, there were a couple of instances that I thought the reanimation was kind of useful, like like for instance how the former Hokage got to actually come into the fray, and for once we actually get to see the first two Hokage battling it out and darn near their prime.
That is absolutely accurate.
Yeah. Uh, Although one thing that we should probably do in a future Anime Mondays is it would have been it's just dissect what how things would have changed for the Naruto universe if um if Kabuto was able to, or in some strange alternate universe Orochimaru, if somebody was able to revive somebody like Jiraiya, how what
Oh,
effect would that have on Naruto?
I don't know.
Or
That's a
if
good question, though.
they brought back somebody like Shisui.
Okay.
Can you imagine a mass Koto Maka, what Don't you love
His ninjutsu was OP.
yeah,
You mean all the Uchiha's clans jutsus that are based off of Japanese gods?
yep. It's just
Yeah.
think to be able to have some reanimated Uchiha that can spam their Mangekyo Sharingan without having to worry about chakra cost or blindness.
No one wants to think of that.
In that regard, it's probably a good thing that they didn't revive the Uchiha clan, as that may or may not have spelled the end of Naruto as we know it.
Yeah, very well could.
Yeah. Especially
I'm
some of
excited
the
though.
stronger Uchiha. Because you've seen what a reanimated Madara did.
Yep. But I'm excited to we can do our a ranking list
Yep.
next time. I don't.
Next time on Anime Mondays, tier list. Stay tuned for that.
Down, 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 down. Anime Monday.
Only
Might
on the
come down,
Geek
even though it's
Live.
Tuesday.